Hey guys, it's me David and welcome back to week 32 of Building Crait. Okay guys, this is a huge segment as it is the segment before the finale and there's still plenty of to finish up and to build, and it is going to be a massive segment. There's going to be a lot that happens, not necessarily on the front end of the wall, but the backside. There's actually a lot of things. We're actually going to get the backside pretty much finished. Not completely. There's still going to be some details that we're going to have to pick up in the finale. But I'm very excited to show you guys what my mind has been thinking all this time of what I was going to do in the backside. It's very exciting that we are finally going to add some lighting. We're going to get the whole Crait trench run through the tunnels, the crystal caves as I called them last segment. We're going to build that completely and it's going to be finished by this segment. And we're going to finally get that command room, and I actually really went the extra mile to make sure it's kind of more movie accurate. Given that there's such limited space in that little area, I really worked with what I could, and I can't wait to show you guys what I've been working on. Now, I couldn't have done this segment without our sponsor, BrickLink. I seriously can't thank the guys over there. They honestly, just out of nowhere were like, hey, David, do you need help? I'm like, yeah, I got all this Lego and stuff. They were like, I got you. So without them, this segment would not have been possible. They supplied a lot of the last minute parts that I needed to finish. So I really want to say special thanks to them. They actually have a YouTube channel of their own, guys. And I believe they're working on a Darth Vader's castle, like an actual to scale Darth Vader's castle. And they have like a building live series that they're currently doing on their YouTube channel. So I'll leave a link below if you want to check out another building series. It's actually done live and you can actually rewatch the live segment. So it's a different take on building, which is actually kind of cool in my opinion, but definitely take a look at their channel down below. All right, guys, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the segment right now. All right, guys, so starting the segment off, huge BrickLink order. Probably the last BrickLink order for Crait is right here. And it's from none other than BrickLink, our sponsor, guys. And I can't honestly thank them enough, seriously. Without them helping out with this, guys, you know, you see how much Lego's here. This is absolutely needed, and you'll see here in a little bit, for finishing Crait. So I can't thank the guys over at BrickLink. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, so whole bunch of 2x4 bricks, a couple bags of them. And then you'll also see a whole bunch of battle packs back here, but that's a whole nother video. And then bunch of 2x6 red bricks. Some smaller and bigger bricks, so 2x2s, 2x6s. Same with the red, 2x4, 2x3, 2x2. And then the more interesting stuff is, this is for the salt pieces and the first order snow troopers, or I guess snow troopers, yeah. I think that's what they are. And then as you can see here, got a whole bunch of translucent red for that back wall where the Millennium Falcon is. So I'm extremely excited for using this stuff and really decorating that wall so it looks much more like crystal light, because I know a lot of you are like, you don't use enough trans red. Well, there's going to be plenty of trans red, guys, I promise. And then right here, this is very exciting as well. You'll see I got a whole bunch of different types of piping and all this like little stuff, and I'm very excited to use these. This is the the bar tiles. I think you guys seen these before. These are actually pretty useful. And then a huge bag of these particular pipes. But this is going to be used in the trenches and in the command center. So this is going to add that little bit of detail that makes it just pop a little bit. And you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. But I'm very excited. I'm so glad I have all of this. Again, thank you for BrickLink. They actually also sent over some lighting kits that I'll be either doing separate reviews on and also probably using it a little bit here in Crait. So very exciting. So without you guys, we have all this Lego now. The last BrickLink order for Crait is here and we're done. Yes. So without ado, let's get building. Let's get to the end of Crait now. Okay, guys. So I've been hard at work, and as you can see, I have completed this side right here, and if we come over here, I've also completed this side. So as you can see, it's all covered up now. Looks pretty good, actually. And
if you guys are, you might be noticing something. For those of you who are Kashyyyk fans and have seen Kashyyyk, you might notice something about this particular part of the wall here. If you look carefully, you might recognize what this is. And for those of you who don't know, this part right here, this specifically, is the exact rails that were used in the Kashyyyk MOC for the elevator. I had it lying around. I was like, what can I use this for? I had these really blank-looking walls that I had built with the you know, the 2x4s, 2x6s, 2x2 gray bricks, and I was like, this wall needs some type of detailing. And I was just messing around, and I came up with this, and I was like, you know what? This actually looks pretty good. It blends in with this really well. It looks like it's kind of a cohesive design, and it works. Now, something else I went ahead and added in is I did notice there's a lot of piping kind of on the upper part of the wall. That makes sense, of course, and I want to include some of that. So I've kind of experimented with some different pipes. I don't have all of them right here with me, but I used basically this type as well as this type right here, and you can kind of see what I've done so far. And I'm going to have a whole bunch of like lines of these pipes going to different things, and then on this side you can see how I've used these little pipes and I've connected them with Technic pins. They're actually only about this big, and I've brought them all the way up to the top, and you can kind of see how I connected them. Pretty simple, but it looks good. It gives a nice little extra bit of detail to the MOC. This side included, I used the Technic, they're like the air, they have a name to them, I forget what it is, but they carry air for the hydraulic system in the Technic sets. So I'm using those pipes here, and then I'm also using that same pipe I just showed you, this one right here, and those are connected again by Technic pins that go all the way up to the top. I think I'm going to carry this one up to the top as well. I'm not sure yet. But it looks good. So that way it has a little bit of, you know, there's a little bit of design difference. Of course, I wanted to take the gray wall all the way to the very top so that way you didn't see into that. But I just don't think I have enough, unfortunately, of the gray bricks is all I have left down here. I have some over here too, but that is going to be reserved for something I'm just about to show. But yeah, so this is what I've done. I think that's fine because we stopped here anyways. So the fact that the wall stops pretty much where this stops, I think that's really fine. I mean, it's not a huge big deal that you'll be able to see in here. I can always cover it up later on. But for the majority part, as long as this area is all covered up and looks nice, I think that's all that really matters, guys. And then, of course, you know, we're going to have this entire thing covered up to the very top. The red wall will go up all the way here, and same on this side. So what's the other thing? If we come over here, you'll see I've done something really cool, and I have added lights to this MOC now, and I've been working hard on this room, the command room or whatever. Now, remember, if I think it was last video or the video before that, I was telling you guys how I wasn't able, because I built the mountain, you know, obviously I built the mountain before I really was planning out this room. In the movie, it's very clear that there's these windows, especially at an angle, that look out towards, either they look out towards here and you can see the battle, or they're actual like windows looking through the mountain. I'm not entirely sure. One way or the other, there's this blinding light from the outside that comes into this command room, and it's very apparent, especially when Luke and Leia are having their moment in the command center. And I was looking back at it, and I was just like, I need to do it. It's just so important not to have it. It isn't the command room if I don't have it. So I was like, how can I do this without obviously wrecking all of this work that I've done? Because it's not possible to just like punch out a window, unfortunately, without having to rebuild the entire mountain. So what I came up with is using some old lighting that I had from Kashyyyk, and you can see it here. And I figured out a way that if you reflect LED lights on white Lego, you know, if we look closer here, basically I have these lights that are on top here that are reflecting at an angle
onto the Lego, which in return kind of blind the windows. And so it has this effect that it's just this huge white light coming into it. And it looks on camera, right, as you can see right now, it looks really good. Now, if I expose to it, you can obviously see through the windows. But on camera, as long as I'm not exposing that, it looks like a blinding light because of the angle of the light reflecting on the white Legos. It's actually kind of a film technique. So I just think that's kind of cool. And as for the actual design, I don't know if I can get it exposed, but basically I just use the angled windshield pieces. You can kind of see here what I've done, and it's all at an angle. The entire thing's at an angle down here, and all of that, and I'm gonna have a little tiny little mountainous cave right here. It's not gonna go far. It's gonna go back here, and that's where Luke's gonna come out of, and then I'll have a bunch of tables and stuff set up right here. And right here I'll have a bunch of computers and stuff, and I'm going to build the room up. It's going to probably be about this high, maybe a little bit higher. And then as you can see, what I've done to power these lights is normally I have a USB to just normal power adapter, and I plug that in outside of the mock. That's what I did with Kashyyyk. But with this, I'm actually deciding to just use a battery bank, and that's actually much simpler. So if I just unplug the battery bank, it's kind of hard to do it with one hand. There we go. Then the lights turn off. And now you can actually see the design of this a little bit better. It is still, like, I'm going to put a whole bunch of details in front of it, so it isn't done yet, guys. So I know it looks a little bland at the moment, but you can kind of get a better idea of what I've done here. So, yeah, that's what I've gotten. I built this little, I don't know, this little thing just to house the USB power bank here, and it's worked pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this. And what I'm actually going to end up doing is I have another wire coming out here, and I'm going to have some LED lights that actually shine over the entire room as well. So we'll close all of this off, and you'll see how I have access to the power bank here in a little bit. But I'm going to close it all off, and there'll be lights lighting up the power room, the command center, and there'll also be the lights, of course, that are creating that window effect that you guys just saw. And then there might be like one little cave light, not sure yet. But I will have lights all over this entire thing. I'll put some computers and stuff in it, and that'll be that. And then on top of that, I don't know if you can kind of see, but I also did make a little doorway, and it works pretty well. It actually has to go down a little bit. I made it a little too low because the height of the floor from here to here is off by one brick. You can kind of see it here. So I had to, make this little kind of ramp thing, but it works. And I'm using, these type of tiles and stuff as detail. But yeah, so this is going really well. So without ado, I'm going to finish up this room, cover all of this up with red, and then of course we still need to finish the detailing over here, which is also something I'm working on. So let's check that out. Okay, guys, I've been working hard. Here it is. It's completely filled in, finally. But yeah, it looks really great. Even better than I had expected. It is a little tricky to get back here. There's not much space, but hopefully you guys can kind of get the idea. Alright, so we'll focus on right here. So you can see, I'll probably have to turn off the lights so you can actually really see it, but because my camera wants to expose to that, blinding light. But you can see I have worked on the cave here. You can kind of see what I've been doing. Looks pretty good, actually. I like the way it looks, and I put black bricks on the back there, and again, it has this silhouette effect of like, oh, there's like, it like goes into a dark, deep cave, and you can't see it. So it works, and I'm happy. And you can actually, can't do it right now, but you can definitely stick a minifigure back there, and it looks like it's, hiding in the shadow. So Luke back there is going to look really good. And then as you can see, I did this floor pattern. I'm still figuring out what to do for the modules, and I still got to put computers on the back wall there. But you'll also notice that I have lights up here. They're beaming down. I actually put quite a bit of light. You can't really see how much light they're putting down because this light is just so blinding.
but I can tell you it's actually quite a bit of good light. You can kind of see in my hand how much light's coming down, and it looks really good. And the other light I actually put in, you can kind of see it. It's right there. There's a little red light in the doorway, and I'll give you guys a different angle here. Move some bricks. There it is, right there. So it's a nice little red light, and it works pretty well. Yeah, so it does look a little strange, I know, but I was running out of red bricks. I know I still have some here, but I still got plenty of work to do on this side. So I needed to kind of build this up with gray, so that way hopefully I'll have enough red left to finish this on this side. So I know it might look a little strange that this goes up quite a bit, but I don't think it's that bad, honestly. So yeah, this is kind of that whole, base module thing. That's what it looks like. This is pretty much exactly what I imagined, so that's really good, actually. Now, in terms of how I get in to unplug that battery pack that I was just showing you guys, you can see right here, there's a little line, and I have tried everything to get rid of this line, but it just won't go away. I've tried snot techniques, I've tried doing some weird inverted tiles and stuff. It just won't go away. This is the closest I can get to fill in this gap. It doesn't look that bad, honestly, in the overall scheme of things. It does bother me just a teeny bit, but I mean, what are you gonna do? But anyhow, as you can see, there's no, how do I open this? This is the door right here. So I mean, look, it's pretty well blended into the whole thing, actually, except for that one line. It looks like it's actually part of the whole structure. So how do I open it? Well, and here, if I take my hand and I just push it a little bit, I can open it and it slides on out. I came up with this neat little mechanism, and this is actually similar, again, another little Kashyyyk throwback. It's similar, the slider is similar how my gantry crane in Kashyyyk worked. So very similar things going on here, and it just kind of slides in on these, and it fits in. And then as for it not going, invertedly inwards, I have two little stoppers. You can kind of see them. It's hard to do this with one hand, but anyhow, there's this little tile right here and this tile right here that are acting as stops. So when I put the wall in and out, it stops right here and here, so it doesn't go flying inwards and breaks everything. So that's how it works. But yeah, it works really well. So I'll put that over here, and as you can see, if we look a little in depth, you'll see how I did the lighting. So basically, it's just some LED lights tucked into those, 1x1, studs everywhere type of piece. And I have LED lights in them, and then they're hooked up, just sitting on a Technic rod there. And that's how they're acting as basically nice, straight down lights. If we go back down here, you can kind of see how I did it now. And I can get my hand in here and unplug, and take that battery pack out whenever I need it to. Now, let's say in the future that if I do want to cover up this wall, how on earth am I going to get this door open? Well, it's pretty easy. Honestly, all I have to do is take a paper clip and just feed it through, and make it an L shape, and then flatten, and then kind of turn it like a key, and it'll just kind of pop out like that. Or of course, I could just make a long Lego piece to just kind of take it down here and just bump it that way. There's plenty of ways to do it if I in the future want to cover this last bit up. For now, it stays open, but maybe it does bother me. I wish I had enough gray bricks to just finish this off here and here and call it a day. But unfortunately, I don't. But there is the chance that I could make a last-minute Lego store run for the finale. But we'll see. Not promising that one. But yeah, so that's how it works. Pretty neat. I think it's a pretty well thought out idea. I like how this whole thing works. I'm actually very proud of how this door works. I do really wish I could get rid of that little tiny line, but unfortunately I just can't. I've tried a whole bunch of things, but that's how it works. I think it's pretty neat. I really like this command center. Of course, I still got to put all the fun details, the minifigures, all the modules and everything. But the actual room itself is done, and I think it looks really good, actually. I'm actually very happy with how it looks. Oh, well, I'll have to show maybe in either next episode or later in this episode with the lights off so you guys can actually see kind of more of the details because, again, camera wants to expose for this light. All right, so that's it, guys, for this part. So this entire thing is done at the moment. It's not fully done. Like I said, you just got to put those little details in. But the majority building part is done. So that's very exciting. And now we need to go on this side. And I've already started building this up. So we got to focus on that falcon and getting all of this closed. And I've already kind of started working on how I'm going to do all of that. So that's what we're going to see next. So let's see what I've been up to. Okay, guys. So I've been working. Gosh, it's been at least 6-8 hours worth of work. But boy, this looks so good. Here it is. This is the cave, guys. As you can see, there's quite a bit of detail. I just want to get a different angle. You can see all the translucent pieces. It's pretty insane. Especially all these 1x1 tiles. I put them everywhere. And they look really good. So you'll see this is the main wall right here. But then you'll also see on this side right here, as well as on this side right here, I have also attached side plates. Now I said I was just going to use the red wall, but I was like, you know what? I want this to look the best it could. So I went ahead and put in side plates, and it looks really good. It has a nice 360 degree look. If we look down, again, we can see that curve that we created on the back wall. And it's a subtle curve, but it works. I think it works really effectively. And you can see I've put a lot of attention to detail into all of this. It's not just random pieces. I wanted some type of flow to it, and I think I achieved that. Kind of sucks because the Millennium Falcon is going to kind of take up a lot of the room, so you won't really see too much of the detail, unfortunately, because it is a little on the big side. But it does look really good, and it looks exactly like I expected it to. So that's awesome. And then this part right here obviously is our hanging piece, and I've gone ahead and kind of made it a little bit more nicer looking, I guess. And you can see it stays here. I've got little things to hold it in. Basically what I'm doing, take that off, is that's how I'm holding it in there. It's just kind of sitting there on tiles as well as Technic parts. And then the way it kind of goes back in, just kind of turn it like that, and voila, and it stays put. Now obviously you can lift it up, but in terms of sliding around, if you have the Falcon down here and you're moving around, it's not going to come sliding off and all of it's going to crash or anything like that. So I made sure to pay close attention to all of that. Apologize, this thing has like little filters. I accidentally hit a button. But yeah, so as you can see, it works really well. It's effective in terms of what I'm trying to do with it. So I'm very happy. If you're curious, that's kind of what it looks like from the very top, but a lot of people are not going to be able to get and see that angle, so that's why I left it open like this, is so I'll just let natural light come down through the top, and that way it'll give some light to the tunnel as if the Falcon is escaping. Kind of makes sense. So yeah, again, very happy with the detail. Again, just look at all of this little bit of detail everywhere. But yeah, it looks good. All right, so now I'm going to finish this part up here, and we'll put the Falcon TIE Fighters, and we'll see that finished product. So let's take a look. And here we go, guys. There's the Falcon all in there now. Looks really good. The TIE Fighters at the moment, they're just kind of there. I need to find some translucent brick pieces. They're somewhere out in the garage, I think. And the way they are currently put there is not final at all. I'll readjust them for the finale. Don't worry about it. And then I also went ahead and finished the wall. So there you go. The back side is now complete, at least on these sides. This side as well as that side over there. Obviously, we still have a little bit of detail to put in here, but we'll do that in the finale.
I apologize for the mess. It is quite messy, but it'll be all cleaned up by next segment. But yeah, it looks so good. Oh wow, it looks really weird on camera. It's got those like waves. It's trippy. But yeah, so as you can see, we got this side done now, and we have this side done as well. So very exciting. Everybody was like, David, you got to take off the radar dish off the Falcon because it gets hit off while they're going through the cave. So I went ahead and did that for you guys. So to everybody who was like, oh, you got to do it, it has been done now. And yeah, so this looks so good. I'm so happy with the way this is coming out. I honestly just want to take this TIE Fighter off. It's kind of bothering me. This one looks better. But yeah, it is really coming out really well. I love how the Falcon looks in here. Still a good amount of gap room, so you can actually see some of the detail. But it looks really good, honestly. I'm very happy with how it came out to be. So there it is. So that's it, guys. It's been a lot of work. We have covered up all of this now. Same on this side. We've done a lot of work. Crait is almost done now. So without ado, we'll head off. And when you see this next time, it'll be actually completely finished. And there won't be bags and all this stuff right here. It'll look nice and clean in the finale. So let's go ahead and head out, guys. All right, guys. So what did you think? Javier, what did you think?
I thought it was great.
Yeah? Was it Crait? Get it, Crait?
It was Crait Z.
Well, you heard it from Javier, guys.
Yeah, good.
You heard it from Javier. What did you break?
Just this.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine, guys. But yeah, you saw the interior now that we have that completed. We got the Falcon and everything up, and the whole cave is finally finished. I can't tell you guys how many hours I spent on those little 1x1 translucent red pieces. And like I said earlier in the video, Brick Vibe was the person who got those parts that I needed to get the whole cave done and the whole backside. They got the parts that I needed to get that all done. So again, I really just want to give them a special thanks. They're a huge BrickLink store, actually, as well as having a YouTube channel that they're kind of like, something new for them that they're trying out. So definitely check that both their BrickLink store and their YouTube channel down below. Again, I just want to thank them so much because, again, guys, this couldn't have happened without them. That's a big deal, at least in my opinion. All right, now it's finale time. We're here in the middle of December, and we are just like a week or two away from the finale now. So I'll give you a little teaser. This right here is, I believe, 100. I think these are the First Order Snowtroopers. I got to unpack all of these, and they're going to be used for an epic, and I mean epic, battle. Right, Javier?
Yeah.
Really epic. Yeah, it's going to be really, really epic. So I've been planning out in my head how I'm going to do it, where I'm going to add a whole bunch of explosions. We're going to add the inside details, the whole docking bay that we didn't really touch here at the end of the segment, but we're going to in the finale. There's a bunch of things left to do here in the front. And of course, you guys are finally going to see all of those salt pieces finally laid down for the first time in the finale. It is not something you're going to want to miss. For sure. Right, Javier?
Right. Not something you want to miss.
Exactly. He's right, guys. You're not going to want to miss the finale. It will come out before the end of 2018. So it could come out December 31st, 2018. I'm not saying it couldn't, but I'm going to try to get it up a little before. In the last segment, I said that it's possible I get it done before Christmas. Probably not likely. It's probably going to be after Christmas, but before January 1st. So between that little area between Christmas and New Year's is when I plan to release it. So that's when you want to be looking out. And from now till then, I'm actually got a whole bunch of different videos planned out. Right, Javier?
Yeah, right. Like a whole month.
Yeah. He's going to actually be helping me. He's back from, where were you? Florida? Was it hot down there?
It's super humid.
Super humid, man. That sucks. But yeah, so Javier's back. He's going to be helping out with some stuff. I know you guys don't like Dylan's camera work, apparently. What are your thoughts on Dylan's camera work?
I thought Dylan is a great guy, but
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to leave it off, guys. I'll see you guys in the finale. Definitely stay subscribed. There's a whole bunch of awesome videos coming your way. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.